Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Hubert's Projects, and on this episode we do a go-through on the Punch Raft minivan. A lot of you guys have been asking to see a more in-depth video of the vehicle, to see what the inside looks like and kind of how it's all put together. I'm going to do the best I can since obviously I didn't build this thing. Team Punch Raft did from Lemons. And hopefully in the next week or so we can have an interview with Drew, who built it, and see why he built it and things like that. So here's what I know, and hope you enjoy. I apologize for all the chickens and roosters cawing right now, but here is the Punch Raft minivan. It is a 05 Mini Cooper inside of a Chevy Astro van body. The body has been shortened and cut down, narrowed up, and everything like that. As you can see, it's got the Astro van fenders cut out and stretched. Some people have been saying it looks like a Chevy S10 in the front, but it is definitely a Chevy Astro van. One of my favorite things that Drew did is right here in the hood, is to reach the brake fluid reservoir, which is a pain to reach anyway on a Mini Cooper. If you guys have one, you'll definitely understand that. So, come down the vehicle here, we have the Astro van door shortened, cut down here, and it's bolted to the car. There's some bracketry there, and the mini door handle's actually inside. So you can kind of see how Drew did that. It's kind of cool how the Mini Cooper's still inside everything, and the Astro door has some of the body bolted to it to kind of fill the gap in here. And you can see it still has the original window in there and the framing that he built to hold the body on. You can see here, this is actually a gas door with a big magnet to reach the Mini Cooper gas cap, which is pretty nifty. Apologize for the mess. It's still pretty much how it was when we flew out to Minnesota to bring it back. It has power windows, power locks, heated leather seats. They're actually in really good condition still. Drew 3D printed some cup holders in here to hold extra pop or drinks or whatever, and works really good for holding water bottles and whatnot. It's kind of neat how everything is set up in this car. You know, center speedometer, but it actually will show on the tachometer when you're driving as well. Some of the majority of the interior lights in the dash do not work, but we are going to try to figure that out. The car actually has a sunroof, which you can kind of see up under here, under this framing that Drew put in. And he was pretty diligent to not smash his head on the support bar here, so put some foam on there. I've actually smashed my head on this a few times, which kind of hurts. It's got a newer clutch in it, or a new clutch as of sometime in August or September this past year of 2022. Drew was driving it and the transmission exploded. So he put a different transmission in it and the clutch to compete in the Great River Road Rally, in which they took third place. Still has the 4-lug wheels on it, and there's some cool badging that Drew 3D printed for it as well and painted to put on the car. Don't quote me 100%. I think this is like a cat bubble or something that they put in there for their second theme, kind of like a hippie van when they were time travelers. And they were looking for better fuel was their theme on the Rustbelt Ramble, I believe. The van used to be yellow at that time. That's why you can see some of the yellow paint floating around here. And on Great River Road, the organizers actually spray painted some lemons on the car there and down there. And it's actually our Lemons Little Yikes sticker from the Rustbelt Ramble this year. Unfortunately, it kind of didn't hold up to the weather too well. I don't know why they didn't this time. And there's the Team Punch Raft sticker that they painted over in the Lemons Rally. To get into the back of the van, you gotta undo your lock here and flip this open. make sure you have this closed when you're driving, because the back doors will fly open. And it's kind of cool how it's all put together. There's a seatbelt straps that kind of ripped so they don't hold the door all the way anymore. If we open the back end up here, you can kind of see the framework that Drew built. It actually goes all the way up to the back bumper of the original Mini, and comes back here. And then this is like sleeping arrangements and whatnot, or, you know, extra storage. When we came back, we had this whole back section full of tires and other gear, so it was completely overloaded. That's why it was scraping. You can kind of see, I was talking how the van body is cut down and narrowed up. This is actually a 55-gallon drum cut up for like a spoiler to blow some of the wind down and clean the back windows off, which are now plexiglass instead of actual tempered glass like they used to be. You can kind of see how everything is in here. This is pretty much the back of the Mini. Move over here. The Mini comes back here and comes back over. And here's that framework that Drew built. You can kind of see where the original back door or hatch of the Mini was, right there. And then all this angle iron here is just strengthening that goes from the tubing that goes to the inside the car past the back bumper, and kind of just supports the whole roof setup on here. Some extra fluids, oil and coolant, floor jack or a scissor jack in case you need to change the tire. They actually had to change the tire, well, 2 of them, on the Great River Road Rally. They blew out the right rear tire, and then the spare actually blew out too. So when we flew out there, we actually had them put some snow tires on it. Since the weather was so bad, we wanted to make sure we had some good traction. So we put some snow tires on it and brought the extra tires that it came with back with us. Here's like a pom-pom. Some people thought it was like ground beef or something, not sure why. But yeah, here's the passenger side of the van. I want to know from Drew what the story is behind why it says the UFTA Express up there. I hear a lot of people from Minnesota say UFTA. It came from Minnesota. I say UFTA to my wife, and she kind of gets upset about that. So reach in here on the passenger side, and you know, pretty much the same setup. Door is bolted to the door, or the door skin from the van is bolted to the door frame of the Mini, and pretty much same thing on this side. Power windows, power locks. There's our sunroof, well, sunroofs, and then here's the inside. There's our spare tire. They put wood grain on the tires or the wheels for Great River Road, which is kind of cool. And then, you know, typical Mini Cooper headliner falling down. Well, yeah, it's about all that I can show you guys about this thing. And there's the support that goes from the floor. It's actually, let's see if I can, there we go. It's bolted down into the floor here and comes up to that support bar, and then goes to those angle iron pieces going to the back to the rear framing. And here's this side. You can kind of see that wood that's in the back there, just to block out the elements while you're driving. Or the framing and stuff up there in the top that is holding the van body onto the Mini. So around the front here, I'm trying to block the license plate that's on here, but on the front, to open the hood, you pull your hood pins and lift up your hood. So the Chevy Astro van hood, as you can tell, has been cut down and narrowed. It's got the latch in it, but it doesn't really do anything. It's got a cold air intake on it. We have the airbox now. Drew said that when he got the car, it didn't have one, so he made do with what he had. Kind of see how much of a pain in the butt it is to get to the windshield washer fluid reservoir and the power steering, if it were still a Mini with the Mini hood on it. Did trim out the inner wheel wells and whatnot to make that work. It looks factory actually, so I'm probably just missing the inner splash guards and obviously the whole Mini hood. Still powered by the Mini 1.6 liter 4-cylinder engine. It's not a turbo like a lot of people have been saying. It's a pretty peppy little car for as much weight as it has on it. Like I said in the last video, we took it across the scales at the salvage yard, and it's gained about 900 pounds of weight with the van body and everything done to it. But it's pretty cool. Drew was able to wire in the Astro van lights. He put some LED ones in, and one of the LED headlight wheels burned out on the driver's side, so he just put a regular halogen one in. Oh, there's a splash guard on that side. So yeah, it's just a splash guard missing. The horn doesn't work, so we're going to try to get that working. I haven't tested the air conditioning either. Not really too concerned if that works or not, for Rustbelt Ramble this year. There's that transmission that Drew put in there. And yeah, it's about it underneath the hood so far. There's also an oar on the hood for aerodynamics. I think Drew just did that for fun for the rally. I like how he did the plaid theme with it for the Great River Road. But if you guys have any questions about the car, comment down below. If you want me to ask Drew something about the car when we do the video on why he built it and anything else. I do have some photos that he took whilst he was building it that I'll include along when we do the video talking to him about the van, just to kind of see, hey, why'd you build it this way? And also, yeah. But when he told me he was selling it, I knew we had to have it for Rustbelt Ramble 2023. We're going to be doing a big transformation to this thing. So stay tuned for some videos on that. We're going to be mostly doing fixing the issues that it has that we knew about when we got about the steering and things that we found out was a bad passenger side wheel bearing, even though Drew just replaced it. It's got a lot of play in it, and it's causing the wheel to shoot in and out. Because when you give it throttle, the car likes to go to the left, and then you let off, it goes to the right, or vice versa. Depends on what kind of roads you're on. And things like that. It does have pretty tight steering, so I know that the tie rods and things like that and ball joints are just fine. And like I said, we got to do something in the back with those struts. It's just a lot of weight over the back end. I know Drew put like a small lift kit on here to try to get the back end up a little. We are going to be putting an even bigger lift kit on it as part of the suspension repair. And then it's got new struts on it too, but we are going to try to go through those and see if we can't get another set of them under warranty over here in Michigan. Or contact Drew and see where he got them from, see if there is a warranty on them. If they're Monroe's, they usually have a 1-year warranty. And hopefully fix that rear suspension and have some more fun with it. We've had a few people here in Michigan contact us to bring it to car shows and things like that this summer. So it's going to kind of cut down the amount of time we have to modify the car more for Rustbelt Ramble, but I'm hoping that the month and a half we're going to have is going to be enough. Kind of hoping Drew can come out actually to one of the car shows that they want to feature the car as like the main attraction thing here in town. They're going to park it right, they want us to park it right out front at the entrance so people can see it when they come in. So I'm kind of hoping that Drew can come to Michigan for that and at least be with his car that he built, because it's not fair that we would win anything for the car. Obviously we didn't build it, we just bought it from Drew, and it'd be kind of cool if Drew was here and could win an award with it. So thank you very much for watching. I apologize for my rambling. That's what I do best, unfortunately, just ramble on. But yeah, if you have any questions for Drew or questions for me about the car, feel free to comment down below, and we will see you guys on the next one. Thank you.